Hello, welcome back to SaberTeck, and in today's episode I'm going to be comparing and ranking Minecraft redstone sorting systems here on the Bedrock edition, and I'm excited to get right into this episode. It's going to be a fun one. So I have set up 3 different item sorting systems here on this world. Here I have a simple item filter, and when put in a group creates an entire sorting system. It is, as you can see, it is one wide, very simple, and I love it. This here is very versatile, usable, and all sorts of things. You have to put in a couple of placeholder blocks here, then whatever item you'll be sorting into that first slot and goes into the chest. So very simple there. Just toss it in because why not? And it starts filtering in like so. And anyways, over here I have got the multi-item sorting system that I developed, and you have to fill in every single slot with an item. That way it knows which item is going to be sent into that chest. It is a little more complicated, but yes, it has its perks as well. But we'll be getting more into the perks and cons and all that stuff in the ranking part of this episode. This here is my item categorizer, very similar to the multi-item sorting system, but you do not have to fill up the chest with the items. This here is also called a slot reservation free item sorter. I call it item categorizer. And for those of you wanting an update on that, there's a prototype. This here is still a work in progress, but this here is more closer to the final version. The prototype can only filter up to 5 items. Nope, not that one, this one. Up to 5 items, and in these hoppers here. This version here can sort up to an entire double chest worth of items. Hopefully I'll get this down to 2 wide. This is still 3 wide tileable. I hope to get it down to 2 wide pretty soon. Also make it faster, and etc, etc. But that is the update I have for you guys. I have been working hard. You can see the graveyard I have made, and there's more graveyard elsewhere in this world. But yeah, so more on that hopefully not too long from now, but that's the update there. And so these are the systems I'm going to be comparing. Item filters, multi-item sorting system, item categorizers. So what I've gotten here is a list of things that I look for in any sorting system, not just a filter or a multi-item sorting system. This here is for everything. Whenever I try to design a system or looking for one looking around for one, whatever, these are things I look for. I don't have reliability in here because, in my opinion, if it's not reliable, it's not really even a sorting system. I'm gonna be that kind of person. Yep, yes sirree. Anyways, my number 1 is speed, because I don't want to have to just AFK overnight to sort out 8 double chests. Yeah, I am impatient. I need stuff done yesterday. Number 1 is speed. I try to make myself as fast as possible. That is my number 1. Some people like to focus on stuff being silent and being quiet. You know, I don't really care about that. I can stand a little bit of noise. As long as it is fast, I can stand a little bit of noise. Same thing for lag-friendly stuff. If it is really slow and you have to like AFK at it, it better be lag-friendly. But if it is really fast, I can turn on real quick when nobody's on, and it'll be just fine. Other stuff on here I've got it listed. This here is my personal opinion of the guys. I want to know what you guys think of my list. I've got number 1 is speed, then cost, then compactness, simplicity, lag friendly, silent, expandable, and aesthetically pleasing. That is my 8 on the list. Let me know if I missed any, or if you like to rearrange them. Let me know down in the comments below. So the basic item filter and speed. It goes at full hopper speed, which is actually as good as I can ask for. You can go faster with using more hoppers and stuff like that, but full hopper speed is good. I give it a 10 on the speed front, and that is a 10 out of 10. The cost is a little bit, I'm not sure how to answer it, because at first it is really cheap, but as soon as you start expanding, it gets expensive fast. So on cost, I'm going to give it a 5. Compactness, you know what, I'm giving it 10 because it is so small. It is one wide tileable. It's absolutely beautiful. And simplicity, also a 10 because it is super simple to make. I'm gonna make that a 9 actually, because the items on the inside and here, people like to get these confused and it messes some people up, so I'm gonna give it just a 9. Lag friendly, you have hoppers in of themselves are laggy, so any sorting system is going to run into that kind of lag, but I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it an 8. It requires a lot of hoppers, which makes it both expensive and also gives it some lag. Silent, of course, that is true. Expandable, I give it 10 out of 10. Aesthetically pleasing, I don't know how to answer that because I don't know what to look for in aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to take this entire row off, just because I can. The multi-item sorting system is up next, and it actually works at full hopper speed, just like the item filter. So just like it, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. The cost, it is cheaper than an item filter is, believe it or not. The item filter, that cheapest, uses on average 3 hoppers per chest. That is a bare minimum you need. For the multi-item sorting system, you need 1.5 hoppers per double chest. It is twice as cheap. So you know what? I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I have yet to see any system that is actually cheaper than mine, that is faster or cheaper. Compactness, let's take a look right here. I mean, it is compact. For a multi-item sorting system, it is very compact, but I'm going to give it a 9 anyways. And then down here we have simplicity. Let's look at this, guys. It may look like a lot, but we have a pulse extender. Head needs to be broken up a little bit. Runs up here into a 1-tick clock. Runs into a whole bunch of glass. Looking into the droppers, it's complicated, but not too complicated. I'm going to give it a 6. Lag friendly. This thing hardly produces any lag. It does cause some, but you have to have a lot of people on running a lot of stuff already. I'm going to give it an 8. A 7. I'm going to give it a 7. Silent. It is definitely not silent. Expandability. You cannot expand this too easily. You can mimic the exact same thing, and it's not as easy to expand as a modular system, so I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a 4. Now let's take a look at the item categorizer, the prototype version, which has now been cloned over here for convenience sake. Let's look at the speed. This thing here has to have a clock on it to reduce it down to half hopper speed. So that means it's going to get half of what the others get here, if number 5. The cost. I always count cost and number of hoppers used. A module here uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hoppers per module at a minimum. So that's quite a few hoppers. That's going to affect both cost down at a number of 3, and it's also going to affect a lag down here because a lot of hoppers make a lot of lag. Other than that, I don't think it really produces too much lag. So I'm going to give it the same as the item filter, but it uses more hoppers. I'm going to give it a 9. 7. That's the right direction. So now let's take a look at compactness. It is 3-wide tileable for a single row of chests. This thing here isn't, I don't really consider it compact. This isn't compact at all. If I had this along a wall, it just wouldn't look that great. I'm not going to give score very high. I'm going to give it a 3 for compactness. As far as simplicity, there's a lot going on, I guess. I'm honestly not sure how to gauge simplicity on this. I mean, I understand it all. I designed it, but I don't know. Let's give it a 5. Let's look at silent. This thing is not silent, so it is false. And expandability. This is completely modular, and it is tileable. However, you have to make sure you have this clock set to it. If you have, you can't have it run into another kind of system like a sorting system and then into it again. So I'm going to give it a 8 on expandability. So that leaves us with just the hopeful version of the item categorizer. This is everything I hope to be able to achieve from my testing of the item categorizer. And this over here is an example of what it might or might not look like. This here is a previous design I had tested, and it was working. I was happy, but then barrels have a bug where you can power barrels. I have a redstone here is being powered. It is powering a barrel, which is locking this hopper. However, when you log and relog the world into the world, the barrel forgets that it's being powered, which means that this hopper becomes unlocked, and it breaks everything, and I was sad. Sad stories aside, let's get into it. So this here is the other current version I'm working on. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still only hoping for half hopper speed. That is the best I can hope for. This version here was at half hopper speed, I do believe. No, it was a little bit slower than half hopper speed. And this one here is way slower than half hopper speed. This one here comes out just like so, like so. So that is those, but I'm still hoping for half hopper speed. As far as cost, this one here uses 6 hoppers. This one over here uses, oh, I forget how many. It uses 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it uses 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It uses 10. It uses 10 hoppers. So 6 hoppers, 10 hoppers. The prototype used what? 8 or 7 hoppers. As far as cost goes, hopper wise, I'm gonna give it a 2. I hope I can do it cheap. So yeah, I'm giving it a 2. As far as compactness, this thing's gonna be worse off in a prototype because there's so much more complexity involved. So I gave a prototype a 3. I'm gonna give this thing a 1. I'm gonna give it a 2. The reason is side by side, these things are more compact because they are too wide tileable. Simplicity. Even though there is a lot more going on here, being too wide tileable actually helps a lot. This here, actually, I'm gonna give it 1 lower. See, simple, give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 3. And as far as lag friendly, it's gonna be the same, a tad more because of more hoppers. And will it be silent? Will it be silent? You know what? It's definitely going to be the silent version. That is what I am hoping for. Expandability. I mean, why not? I'll give it an 8 just like the last one. That is what I'm hoping for, guys. So let me add these scores up real quick. And a couple of things have been edited over here real quick. The silent category has been given a number value. So if it is silent, it now got 2 points. If it was not silent, it didn't get any. That meant that the prototype categorizer and the multi-item sorting system did not get any points. The other 2 of them got 2 points apiece. The other thing is I added another category, number of items sorted per chest. The item filter only sorts 1 item per chest. That means it got a score of 1. The multi-item sorter got a number 10, as well as the hopeful categorizer got 10. And the prototype categorizer only sorts 5 items per chest. I gave it a 3. So there's those. And after adding all those up, so the item filter got 55 points. The multi-item sorter got 56 points. The categorizer got 32 points, and the hopefully I can get one better, it'll be 40 points. So that is what I came up with, guys, and I don't know what you guys think about that. Would you score these differently? I want to know. And you'll notice I have a blank sign over here because I want to know what other people's sorting systems are. I know Silent Whisperer has one, Tango has one, very similar. Matazuma, I forget how to pronounce his name. Someone else has a item categorizer that uses minecarts for item categorizers. We got all sorts of stuff. So I want to see if some more stuff done with this, and yeah, so I'd love to see that. And guys, that's all I'm going to do for this episode. So I want to thank you so much for watching, guys. The links to these different systems will be in the description below. Well, for the multi-item sorting system and the prototype categorizer. Hopefully I'll be getting one of these here categorizers done pretty soon, but we'll just have to see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.